It's come time for us to tell commentators out there to say her name, okay? There's no more hiding in the shadows. There's no more fighting over whether or not they're your friend or not. Who cares? We need to stand up for what is right and call out people when they say bad things. That's how it works. And when we don't do that, then our society ceases to work. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Ripple Effect. So, what am I talking about? There are so many commentators right now that are still refusing to this day to call out Candace for all of her nonsense. And it has gotten to the point where it's crazy. Even in the comments, people are just fed up. They're over it. And they're writing things like, say her name, say her name, say her name. When people are like, well, I mean, there's some people out there who are being mean to Erika Kirk, and there's some people out there that are saying some bad things about TPUSA, and there's some people that are throwing some shade, and this is where the rubber meets the road. Say her name. Say it's Candace Owens. Say Candace Owens is full of a bunch of crap and doesn't know what she's talking about, and that she's always been narcissistic, concerned about herself, and those that are friends with her need to really, really, really rethink, why are you friends with such a narcissist? I actually saw a video earlier come across my feed, and it was talking from Tanashi Peter. It was talking about how even I was wrong, apparently, in the fact that I said that I think she was in love with Charlie Kirk. Now, maybe I'm wrong, because he said it wasn't about her and being in love with Charlie. It's about her and her narcissism and what Charlie could offer her. And I'm like, he's probably right. He's probably right. Why am I being generous and assuming that, she was just in love with this person? More likely than not, she was in love with herself and wanted something out of it. And that's why she's upset, because she's not Erika Kirk to gain what she can out of it. And in fact, she's gaining more than Erika Kirk is because she's been now going after Erika Kirk and TPUSA and trying to destroy it. And honestly, they should go after her for defamation and all the nonsense. And if TPUSA came out and showed the IRS records showing the fact that they are not under investigation, that they report on time, that there's no shady stuff coming on from them. At some point, you have to listen. At some point, you have to understand that when you're listening to garbage, you're listening to garbage. And this is honestly why it is so important to have small YouTube channels. Because when you watch a big YouTube channel, it's so easy for you to get wrapped up in the numbers and the counts and the view counts. And you say, well, there's so many people watching it, it must be true. And when you see a small YouTube channel like this, hopefully when you see a small YouTube channel, you look at what the content is and you ask yourself, is that true? I should probably check. I should probably look into it. Good, you should. You should look into whether or not what you're being told is true, accurate, and correct, and comparable to the Bible. And part of that, too, is as we go into a society where more and more things are going to be faked, it's so much more important for you to have a small YouTube channel who you help start by pushing it out there that you can trust. Maybe you don't agree with what they say all the time. Maybe you disagree with some of the things. That's fine. But you know who they are. They're not some big name person with some big name sponsors out there who are just going crazy. And honestly, I can say that because I can be very self-assured that we're never going to have that much viewership on this channel that I'll have to worry about that. I can always be authentic. And that's actually something they tell you when you're starting up a YouTube channel. They say that's one of the things you get to enjoy, is that you get to do what you love, be your authentic self, because you don't have anyone to impress. And that's true. And I'm very grateful for every one of you guys. But we, as a group of people in the Conservative Party, have to set the tone for who is a conservative. We cannot allow people who are not truly conservatives set the tone and tell us who is accepted and who's not accepted. And what I mean by this, Tucker Carlson with bringing Nick Fuentes on. And you notice that Nick Fuentes is getting a lot more traction now. He even had an interview with Piers Morgan. And Piers, I understand that you're trying to do a hard interview with him, and I respect that way more than all the other people, but you're still platforming this guy. This guy is getting this crazy amount of traction out there, and he shouldn't be. He's got garbage, and he's just spreading garbage. And you can say, well, why are you attacking him? Why are you attacking him? Have you really watched this stuff? Yes, I have really watched his stuff. I've watched his stuff, and I routinely watch his stuff so I can know what kind of garbage he's spewing. And it's just absolute nonsense. But the problem is, it's clothed in a little bit of truth and a little bit of what you want to hear. So because it's clothed with what you want to hear, you're going to push all the garbage aside and you're going to listen to it. And it saddens me that we're in a society where we do that kind of stuff still. Stop having your ears tickled, as the Bible talks about, but rather find someone who can help you learn, give you the stuff that you need, and encouragement to get out there and spread the word of God. Spread conservatism. What is conservatism about? Why do we care? Why do I care about being conservative? Why do I care about spreading conservatism? Why? Because it matters in our daily lives, the politics side of it. We know that if we don't conserve our country, if we don't protect our country from all kinds of garbage and trash, then we will lose everything, and we will lose our children, we'll lose their heritage, we will lose everything that we've been taught and raised in and grown with. All of that will be lost if we don't conserve it and protect it. That is the most important thing we can do. I swear, I don't think I can go one video without someone texting me or interrupting me. This is getting to be a habit. So guess what? I guess you'll know that I'm not so important one day when I stop having people texting me in the middle of my videos. But going back to this, I think Erika Kirk and TPUSA have failed miserably from getting out in front of this. And I'm sorry. I am so sorry for Erika Kirk. I am so sorry for her that she, as a grieving widow, has to deal with all this nonsense, and she shouldn't. And that's where Megyn Kelly's failed. That's where Glenn Beck's failed. That's where all of these, Michael Knowles has failed. Matt Walsh has failed. Officer Tatum has failed. And I can go down a list of more and more of these pseudo-conservatives. I'm calling them pseudo-conservatives because if you don't stand for what's right, are you really conservative? No. But where they failed is they did not protect TPUSA. They did not protect Erika Kirk. And so now Erika Kirk and TPUSA is going to have an event on Monday to defend themselves from all this kinds of garbage because you guys didn't do your jobs. It sounds like a lot more of you guys need to be removed from, lose some of your viewership so that it hurts, so you can find your grounding again. Find where it matters. Find out. And this is the part that irritates me, and it should irritate you too. You watch these people like, I know my mother-in-law loves Officer Tatum and all these other people. You watch these people, and yet you know deep down that what they're doing is ungodly and wicked and wrong. And what do I mean by that? You know the damage that Candace is doing, not just to Erika Kirk and TPUSA, but you know what it's doing to our country. You know what it's doing to our social media and social environment. You know what it's doing to our conservative party. And if you just continue to watch these people and let them have no punishment, then we have failed. We have failed because there are people out there like my channel that want to call them out. But you know what? We're small. And it kind of gets irritating sometimes that not even me. I'm talking about people like Tanashi Peter. I love the guy. The guy's awesome. He's been doing great work on Candace. But he doesn't even have half the viewership of some of these other people. Because it's not salacious enough. And all these people who won't even make a stand against someone so wicked and so ungodly. It says a lot about you. Not you as the viewer, but it says a lot about you, the commentator. If your personal relationships and friendships are worth so much to you that you can't even call out wickedness when you see it. Where's your moral high ground when you cannot call out wickedness when you see it? I'm not the most eloquent. I'm not the most intelligent. And I'm not cutting my videos anymore. I'm not trimming them. I'm letting it roll. Because one thing I can give you is authenticity. And one thing I can give you is a perspective that is not tainted by friendships and relationships with people that you probably shouldn't be friends with. And if I ever get to that point, where either I'm too big so that I'm afraid to say things, or I have friendships with people that I shouldn't have friendships with, and it affects my channel, tell me. Tell me. Reground me. So that we can work together and we can make a difference. That's what the entire thing's about. This entire thing is about making a difference. And this is what Charlie Kirk has been trying to do from the very beginning. He's been trying to make an effect where a small effect makes a bigger effect, it makes a bigger effect. And that's why I called this the ripple effect. Because I want to make one drop that makes a huge difference for everyone. Can we do that? Can we do that together? I hope so. The dogs are going crazy, but I'm going to finish here. And this is what I'm going to say. Help me. Sorry, the dogs are really going crazy, but I have 89 subscribers now. Let's continue to go. So let's continue to grow them, please. like, comment, and subscribe, and spread the word. It really, really helps. And again, I'm just doing this uncut because I don't feel in too much editing. I don't believe in too much of the of polishing up what I have to say. I think we just need to get out there and we just need to say what needs to be said. And that's what I'm trying to do. Thank you so much for watching.